YouTube. So I'm just here today with a semi-random video. It's just going to be kind of like a tips and tricks video, but it's going to be just for focus on one category, and that thing is perfume. I have been so obsessed with new scents, especially kind of with, spring fading into fall and winter. I'm always just like looking at new scents and like candles and perfumes. Whatever it is, or like things for my room that's just gonna make it smell really nice, or even my car. So I just kind of wanted to do a little video that helps with like tips for buying perfume and how to apply the fragrance of your choice. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. In a previous video, I had done a tips and tricks video I think a couple weeks ago, and one of the tips and tricks was to not store your perfume in the bathroom. That's the worst place that you can store it. So when you're taking a shower or a bath or whatever it is, the temperature and humidity changes in the bathroom can alter the fragrance, making it sharper or sometimes unpleasant. So it'll completely change the way that the perfume is meant to smell. So what you originally bought and fell in love with will no longer be that way. So don't store it in the bathroom. The best places to store it is either in a dark room or a cool spot. A lot of people say that storing it in the refrigerator will actually keep your fragrance lasting up to like 50% longer, and can actually enhance the smell of the fragrance. But if the refrigerator is off limits and it's just kind of too weird for you to keep it in the refrigerator, I know I don't like to keep it in the refrigerator. I like just to keep it in my room in a nice cool spot, somewhere kind of away from direct sunlight or anything like that. So that's where I keep my perfume. Okay, so tips for buying perfume. For one, go at midday, so kind of like in the middle of the day. That's when your senses are the sharpest, and just make sure not to wear any like scented lotion or any other scented things on your skin, because it'll clash with the scent that you're trying to smell, even if you're spraying it on like the little paper thing that you can spray it on to kind of like waft it and smell it. All the scents around you will kind of clash with that. So make sure to go midday and don't wear any other fragrances. The second one is to spritz it on, it's called contender, so those little pieces of paper, just a few little blots, and then just kind of wave it in the air at first, just so that it's not super strong, and then just kind of don't hold it like right under your nose to smell it, just kind of waft it in your face. Just kind of like, waft it or whatever, so that you can get a general smell of or a sense of what it's going to smell like when it's not, first spritzed on, because that's not how it's going to smell for the rest of the day. So make sure you do that. And then make sure you kind of narrow it down. So in between scenting different perfumes, most stores that have perfumes and fragrances will have like a little container of coffee beans with holes in it. Just take a small little whiff of that, because that's going to clear your scents palette so that you can move on to the next scent. So that's really awesome. Make sure you do that, or else it's just going to kind of all blend together and you could get a headache. So make sure to do that. So the next tip for actually buying a perfume is if you're going to spritz it on yourself, once you've narrowed it down, say to like your top 3, spritz one on each wrist. So one on this wrist, one on the other. And then if you have a third one, which I usually do, spray it on the nook of your elbow. So just kind of like right here, and just kind of let it dry. And then walk around the store, wherever it is you're at, for about 15 minutes, because it's going to take about that time for the scent to develop on your body, because scents smell different out of the bottle than when they do on your body. So just kind of walk around the store for about 15 minutes, let the scent settle, and then smell it again on your wrist and on the nook of your arm. And then you can kind of decide which one you're going to want to purchase, and hopefully that helps. I know that definitely helps me, because it's definitely different once I've kind of worn it after a while. And then make sure to rinse all of those things off. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move on how to apply your fragrance. The best thing for, in my personal opinion, as far as spritz and where to spritz it, is I stick behind my knees, down on my ankles, on my wrists, and then on the back of my neck. And the only reason for that is because as the perfume evaporates, it starts to rise up, so you can smell it all day. So I figure if I have some on the bottom, the middle, and then on the back of my neck, it's just gonna kind of stay with me through the whole day. And I only spritz like a really, really small spritz in all those areas. So one on my wrist, and instead of rubbing your wrist together, just lightly dab it. So just dab it like this instead of rubbing it, because it's not really good to rub that perfume. Or those, chemicals or whatever into your skin. Just lightly dab it is fine. And then I spritz it on like the back of my neck. I'll just spritz it kind of like back here behind my ears, which also keeps my hair smelling really nice too. But because it's right there, it's not going to kind of rub off on anything, unless you're wearing a scarf. But if you kind of put it up high enough, it'll be fine. Okay, so the next thing is to just make sure that you let your perfume develop. So when you're spraying the perfume, you don't want to spray it. I have my own perfume right here. You don't want to spray it like super close to your wrist like this. You want to hold it from about 5 to 7 inches away, so that it can actually mist onto your skin and it's not like this big sloppy wet mess on your skin. That's not good at all. So when you do that, it's allowing the alcohol in the solution to develop, and then it releases the top notes. And the top notes are what the is the actual scents that we actually like in the perfume. So you want to just let it develop on your skin. And then if the scent isn't strong enough for you, then you can go ahead and mist it once again. The third how to apply fragrance little tip and trick that I have is to be decadent. So if you are able to really kind of burn through your perfumes, and you just like to have it like head to toe all over, if you don't have sensitive skin, this is really good for you too. Just spray it about 3 times in the air and just kind of let it fall for a second, and then walk through it so that it's all over your body. It's completely misted on you. And that way it'll just kind of settle lightly on your skin and on your clothing, allowing it to just kind of stay and linger also, for the rest of the day. So that's if you kind of have the luxury of burning through your perfume relatively quickly, a lot of spritzing, and just having it kind of all over. I personally like to have just a couple spritz on my body, very small ones, and just kind of dabbing it lightly. But a lot of people like to just do like a ton of spritz where they're just like, I have this other perfume where they're just like, and then they just kind of walk through the whole thing, which is great. That does make it last a really long time. But for me, I like to cherish and save my perfumes and try to make them last as long as I can. So my favorite spot to put it is definitely behind my neck or behind my ears, and on the back of my knees, just so that it lasts a lot longer. So that's it. It's kind of a random video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and maybe learned like a little bit something new, to make your fragrances last longer, whether it's the fragrance alone or actually how to apply your fragrance to make it last throughout the day, while you're using it. So if you guys like these types of videos where like just little like tips and tricks videos, let me know. And if you guys have any like suggestions or anything as far as what kind of tips and tricks you guys would like to know, then just leave comments down below. My favorite, let me just go ahead and go with my favorite perfumes right now. The first one, which I've talked about before in previous videos, is the Lancome La Bella Vis. I don't know how to say it, but it's the brand new Lancome. It's the one that has Julia Roberts like all over the posters or whatever. It's absolutely amazing. I love this perfume. And then the second perfume that I actually picked up, I haven't talked about in any of my videos. I actually wanted to pick it up a while ago, and I saw it at Walmart for like $20, and it's the Rihanna, what is it called? It's the brand new Rihanna one. I'm so bad about trying to remember the names, but I think it's Rebel or Rebel or whatever. But this is the new Rihanna perfume, and I really like this one as well. It's a little bit stronger, so I don't have to use a lot of it. I'll honestly use like one spritz of that, and it lasts a long time. So I really like this one. But those are my two favorite fragrances for right now. And that's it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this kind of weird video. I don't really know how it's going to go, but we'll see according to the views and comments and likes and whatever. So until next, hope you guys have a good day or a good night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.